This year, Bev Facey's Remembrance Day Ceremony will look different than it has in the past. As we continue to work to keep everyone safe during COVID-19, we have adapted our assembly to a video format. We ask that we not let this change diminish acknowledging the importance of remembering and honoring Canada's veterans. We ask for your respectful attention during this solemn ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation.
Please stand for the playing of our national anthem performed by the Bev Facey Band. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see the rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Lord, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Thank you to Olivia Huber for singing our national anthem and to the Bev Facey Concert Band for their accompaniment. Good morning, my name is Willow.
And I am Jada. Today, we acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, a traditional meeting ground, gathering place, and traveling route to the Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux. Treaty 6 was signed in 1876-1878 between the Canadian monarch and the Band of Governments of First Nations peoples. We acknowledge all the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit footsteps that have marked these lands for centuries. Namik say maninga piulilaw mga tautung nanga naning mga mana tautuk bunga dusa say mayumi tatamilaw bunga ayung lingmig tatagtungan. 开
tuqunnaktut inubihi yaka
The First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people of Canada have a long and proud tradition of military service to our country. This day, Monday, November 8th, is a separate day set aside to honor Indigenous veterans. In 1994, Indigenous Veterans Day began in Winnipeg, when Indigenous veterans were not recognized in Remembrance Day ceremonies. These determined volunteers were often forced to overcome many challenges, to serve in uniform from learning a new language and adapting cultural differences, to having to travel great distances from their remote communities just to enlist. Hunting and tracking were hallmarks of daily living for their communities and developed skills to be excellent military snipers and gatherers of information. While exact statistics are difficult to determine, the rate of Indigenous participation in Canada's military efforts over the years has been impressive.
To me, remembrance is about every single day that I look at myself and am I honoring the great sacrifice of all our great women and men that actually have gone before us. And to me, that's the best way to remember them is that we succeed, because that's what, in my opinion, that they would have wanted.
Remembrance means to me that people sacrificed their life for something that they wanted to do as protect our country.
To me, it's a way of saying thank you to the people that have done things to help us have a great life that we have, like today.
I actually met Colonel Seth Merritt when I was 18 or 19. Too young, perhaps too naive to even understand that this was the hero of Dieppe, the man who won a Victoria Cross for bravery. I wish I had understood and known the sacrifices that he had made when I met him.
Being a Newfoundlander, there's a special remembrance for me because of Beaumont Hamel, where we lost a whole generation. Thank you.
In this picture is my great uncle. He's number 2 in the picture here, and his name is Thomas McCarthy. He fought in the First World War and was killed in action at Passchendaele on November 6, 1917.
My grandfather and 6 of my uncles and 1 aunt served in both world wars, and I saw how it affected them. One physically with very severe wounds, and the others had some mental scars as well. So it's important to remember those who came back.
And I have 3 soldiers this year that are deployed to Op Impact. So remembering them, the great work that they're doing right now for us, as well as their families.
It's about the courage. That's what I think about. The people had to deal with such traumatic and turbulent times.
Remembrance Day to me is a time to say thank you.
It's been more than a century since the armistice was signed on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month between Britain, France, and Germany, bringing the end to the First World War.
So what is the purpose of Remembrance Day ceremony today? Why do we still remember? Remembrance Day has been an event that has provoked a variety of responses over the last 103 years. Sorrow, triumph, anger, pacifism, and celebration. Remembrance Day is an annual opportunity to honor veterans and to think seriously about wars, the sacrifices they bring, and their extreme consequences. In the year 1918, and the end of the First World War, the origin of Remembrance Day seems so long ago in the context of many of our lives here today. But at the same time, the reality of war is only as far away as a veteran, a family member, a friend or a neighbor who has been touched by that of a war or those that have followed. Similarly, much of who and what we are as a nation is defined by war.
And so today, we take the time to reflect, remember, and honor those who fought, were wounded, or died for our freedom. In the First World War, the Second World War, the Korean War, the War on Terror, and the many peacekeeping missions our troops have been on. More than 1.5 million Canadians have served overseas, and more than 100,000 have died. We also remember those who stayed in Canada and served on our soil. With every opportunity comes a responsibility. We have been given the opportunity of freedom and with the chance to become citizens of the world. We have also been given the responsibility that goes with it to ensure that we, as individuals, exemplify truth, integrity, tolerance, knowledge, and understanding, so that as a community, a country, and a world, we move forward remembering but not repeating the past. The Act of Remembrance is a stanza from a poem written by Lawrence Binion entitled For the Fallen. We ask that you respond at the end, repeating the line, "We will remember them."
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. The last post is played on Remembrance Day and at funerals and memorial services. It is a powerful piece of music. It salutes soldiers who have died. All those in uniform stop and salute as the trumpet plays.
Please rise and stand in silence with heads bowed to express our heartfelt thanks for the selfless actions of thousands of courageous men and women who gave their lives in pursuit of freedom and peace.
Thank you to our piper, Ewan Gattinger, and to our trumpet player, Salation Santharlingam, for playing those pieces. They are young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the woods of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them. Laying the wreaths on behalf of the students today is Caden Skelton and Daniel Bloomfield, and on behalf of the Bev Facey staff, Mr. Wallace and Miss Santha.
Thank you, Mr. Sutherland and students, for that wonderful piece of music. During the early days of the Second Battle of Ypres, a young Canadian artillery officer Lieutenant Alexis Helmer was killed on the 2nd of May, 1915, in the gun position near Ypres. An exploding German artillery shell landed near him. He was serving in the same Canadian artillery unit as a friend of his, the Canadian military doctor and artillery commander, Major John McCrae. As the brigade doctor, John McCrae was asked to conduct the burial service for Alexis because the chaplain had been called away somewhere else on duty. It is believed that later that evening, after the burial, John began the draft for his now famous poem, In Flanders Fields.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands, we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
This year, in-person Remembrance Day ceremonies are scaled back due to COVID-19. However, on Thursday, there will be a variety of ceremonies online where you can go to remember. By doing this, you can find out how serving our nation has changed our lives.
We would like to conclude our ceremony with the following tribute and an opportunity for reflection.
We will remember them.
Nous nous souviendrons d'eux.
We will remember them.
We will remember them.
I remember because I have been gifted with so many incredible things. I've been gifted with a country that I am proud to call my home. I've been gifted with a nation that is peaceful and secure. And I've been gifted with a land, an oasis really, that is beyond beautiful. I was gifted all of that by them, 120,000 of them who paid the ultimate price in service to our nation and to me. They gave their tomorrow for my today. That is why I remember.
We will remember them.
Nous nous souviendrons d'eux. We will remember them. We will remember them. We will remember them.
One of the reasons I remember this day is to honor those who sacrificed their lives so that we are able to have more peace today. I honor those who fought in the past and present, whose lives were lost, and those who experienced trauma. We are where we are today because of them. I remember you. I remember to honor those who have served, including my great-grandparents and my grandfather. My grandfather recently passed away, and Remembrance Day means even more to me than ever. Thank you to those who have fought and continue to fight for our country. I remember you. Why do you remember?